So in this sample intro, the student references the TV show The Office, and the thesis makes an argument about the character of Michael Scott on The Office. Notice that for Essay 3, you do not have to write about every character and every episode of the show. This student chose to focus on just one particular character of the TV show. So you can read the hook on your own, but let's get closer to the thesis. In The Office, a post-9/11, middle of the 2008 financial crisis docucom, Michael Scott is more than just a character. He is a symbol for the American dream that's becoming increasingly hard to navigate. Stuck between America's past, present, and future, his attempts to conquer corporate America, find love, and form enduring friendships with coworkers provides viewers with a blueprint for the life of the modern worker. Okay, so before the thesis even begins, there's a hook that gives us some context about the TV show The Office and tries to pull us in. There's a couple of examples that are sort of funny and kind of silly, and it kind of pinpoints this idea of Michael Scott's longing, right? He's longing for something else, and there's some context about when the show aired. The thesis makes an argument about the character of Michael Scott that goes beyond the surface, beyond something that every viewer would notice when watching the show. If the thesis had said something like Michael Scott is a funny character, that would not be an effective thesis because that's just an evaluation of whether or not he's funny. If the thesis had said something like Michael Scott is the butt of jokes and is made fun of, that's not really debatable because anyone who watches the show would know that. The thesis goes beyond that. It talks about what Michael Scott symbolizes, what he represents, this American dream that's becoming hard to navigate, and how he's stuck between America's past, present, and future. Now, the second part of this could be more clear. The reference to how Michael Scott is this blueprint, he provides viewers with a blueprint for the life of the modern American worker is still a little bit vague, but I like the fact that this student is talking about Michael Scott and what he symbolizes, making an argument about what Michael Scott represents, how he represents the classic American worker and the struggles of the classic American worker as times change. But it could be a little bit more specific. This person is going to be well positioned for the research paper. So for this essay, the person ended up writing about Michael Scott in various episodes. But for the research paper, the person could broaden it out, right? The person might talk about changes to the economy in the United States during this time period. This person might choose to talk about things like automation and what's happening to the American worker and these kind of mid-level jobs or mid-level management type of jobs. So whereas for essay 3, you're really just focused on the TV show itself, and this person is just going to focus on the character of Michael Scott and what he represents in the TV show. For your research paper, you can broaden it out, right? You can focus on the bigger cultural or political or economic issue that your show is exploring beneath the surface. So you can use this as a model for your intro and for your thesis. The main idea here, the main thing I wanted to point out is that your thesis should not be something incredibly obvious. You're looking for hidden messages, right? This is not something that I would have noticed just watching the show casually as a passive viewer. This is an argument that goes beneath the surface and tries to pull apart, okay, what does Michael Scott really represent? And this person is going to argue that he represents the decline or some sort of change to the classic American worker.